And this is Connie Desmond with Red Barber back here at Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, USA, for Post Cereals. Send you this first of a doubleheader your way. Pittsburgh leads 2-1 in case you just joined us. Mel Queen, who will be the first hitter for the Buccaneers, and walking out now up towards home plate. Oh, the Dodgers almost had one to tie it up. And a bang-bang play at first base. Bankhead hitting into a double play to get Mel Queen out of a bad round. Mel was a batter, is 0 for 7. Big 200-pounder, as we told you. Swings right-handed. Bankhead out on the mound. Ready to deliver now as we go on the top of the 5th. Castellone and then Saffel will follow. Bankhead first pitch, a curve swung on and fouled outside of third base. Strike one. New ball flipped out. The outfield is playing Queen to swing a bit late. They're around into right field on him. Bankhead rearing back. Spins, come down. The pitch swung on and popped up out near short. Reese comes running in 2, 3, 4 steps, patting his mitt and takes it for the out. Queen popping up. The shortstop Reese. Pete Castellone, who got a double in the first inning when Hermansky bumped into Snyder and knocked the ball out of his mitt. He's the batter now with 1 out, nobody on. Second time he fouled to Campanella over near the railing of the box seats near the Dodger dugout. Castellone batting at 1-7-9. Outfield pretty much straight away on him, with the exception of Perillo's over towards right center. Bankhead's pitch swung on. There's a little looper and a broken bat. The ball sails out into left and drops in front of Hermansky for a base knock. So Castellone comes up with his second hit. This one a little blooper in front of Hermansky in left field. And Tommy Saffel, left-hand batter, now faces Bankhead. Saffel batting 170, 8 for 46. Saffel had a couple of fine years at Indianapolis. The Pirates Farm Club and the American Association wanted bringing him up last year. That was at the tail end of the year. Castellone out at first base, 1 out. Infield in double play depth. Overhand fastball is low. Ball 1. Bankhead out on the mound for the Dodgers. And Palika now gets up and starts to throw down in the bullpen. Bankhead throws again in there, half chopped on and fouled back. Saffel trying to check his swing. The Chicago Cubs came up with 3 runs in the top half of the 7th inning and now lead the Phillies 5-2. New baseball put in play by way of first base. Gil Hodges over there, rubbing it up with those big meat hands of his. Flips it back out to Bankhead. The count 1-1 on Saffel. Young Irv Palika. Like he's about number 1 out of the bullpen these days around here. Throwing. Bankhead to his stop position. Castellone on first base. The pitch swung on and fouled right at Campanella's feet. So Gus Donatelli examines the baseball. It's sort of muddy in the area around home plate. Finds it all right. Flips it back out. Clouding up a little bit here at Ebbets Field. Not dangerously so, but there'll be some rain in those clouds up there. Bankhead set to deliver 1-2 now. Does. Saffel takes it inside. Ball 2. Bankhead's got a good curveball, and he has a very deceptive motion on the mound. Of course, he's not as effective from the stop position with the runner out at first base, but when he can go to his full windup, he gives you a lot of motion. Castellone with his lead again. Bankhead holding his stretch now. Spins come down, an overhand pitch. Good in there for ball strike 3. Saffel caught looking. Third strikeout now for Daniel. He put 2 of them back-to-back in the second inning, Westlake and Coogan. And now here's Ralph Kiner, hitting at .244, 7 home runs. Last time the Dodgers saw him at Forbes Field, he hit 2 and beat him single-handedly. Last one a grand slammer. So Castellone ready to go on anything now. Top half of the fifth. Pittsburgh 2 and Brooklyn 1. Bankhead's pitch, a curve up high for ball 1. Connor, one of the great hitters in the game, off to a very slow start as far as base hits of all varieties concerned. He hurt his wrist early in the year, and that slowed him up. Fastball backs him away, ball 2. They got the overshift on him. Robinson, Reese, and Cox are all around on the left side of the infield. Gil Hodges is on at first base holding the bag against Castellone, and the whole right side is unprotected. A big hunk of real estate. The only one standing there between first and second is Jorda, the umpire. Pitch up too high, ball 3. Danny Fernandez is on deck. Caballella gets a new baseball and starts walking it out to the mound. Ball 3. The Cincinnati Reds move into Ebbets Field tomorrow. All the Western teams swinging through the East. 15,000 seats available for tomorrow. At all prices. Bankhead now ready to go back to work on Kiner. Behind on him. Ball 3. Ralph swings and lines this one out to left field. Hermansky goes back, reaches up in the air, and the ball is off his mitt. Going up against the fence. Into third base comes Castellone, and on the second goes Kiner. It's a base hit. A double. Reeled off Hermansky's mitt out in left field. Gene was doing a dance as that line drive came at him, and then reached up. Trying to make a one-hand grab of it. It was off his mitt and up against the fence. And Kiner gets himself a base knock. His 23rd of the year, a double. And Hodges and Robinson are at the mound now, trying to go to cool down Bankhead. He's had some wobbly support back of him, particularly out there in left field. Fernandez stepping in is 0 for 2 today. Fly to left field and popped up to second baseman Robinson. Danny hitting it 2-5-2. The Pirates leading by the score of 2-1, threatening here now on a double by Kiner. Castellone on at third base, and a good hitter, Fernandez up there. Pitch, a curve swung on and lifted high out towards right field. Back for it goes Furillo in front of the scoreboard and gloves it for the out. So that ends the top half of the fifth. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left on, and there were no Dodger errors. Say, Red.
Yeah, Connie?
What do you hear from Joe the grocer these days?
Well, Brother Desmond, Joe tells me that he's selling Sugar Crisp just like it was free tickets to a doubleheader. Yes, sir. Sugar Crisp is one cereal that everybody goes for. It's rich, wholesome puffed wheat with a delicious coating of sugar and honey. And it's fun to eat. Just wonderful for breakfast. All you need is milk or cream because Sugar Crisp is just sweet enough without sugar. And Sugar Crisp is more than a cereal, friends. It's perfect for between-meal snacks. And you can just eat it right out of the bag, just as it is. Sure, it makes delicious nibbling wherever you are. On a picnic, or listening to the ball game, or anywhere, you'll find Sugar Crisp is fun to eat. So be on the lookout for the cellophane bag with the 3 little bears frisking around on it. And that'll be Sugar Crisp, another guaranteed fresh Post cereal. That's our newest. That's our baby, Sugar Crisp. Connie, any scores?
Well, the Pirates got a couple, Red, and Brooklyn won. And we'll see what's going to come in the last half of the fifth inning. Captain Reese to lead it off, to be followed by Hermansky and then by Snyder. Reese in a tremendous hitting slump. He's walking around talking to himself. He's hitting at .235. Runs up on a pitch, takes it then inside for ball 1. They have not posted the 3 Chicago runs on the scoreboard here at Brooklyn. And when they do, you'll hear the fans whooping and hollering. Curve in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Cubs leading Philadelphia 5-2. Phillies at bat in the last of the 7th. Queen pitches again. Quick curve on the corner for strike 2 called. Reese undecided before he made up his mind the curve was there. Ball one, strike two. Pee-wee coming up for his 99th at bat. Had the 3 runs. They got him up there now. Queen takes a look, too, to see what they're hollering about. Philadelphia failed to score in their half of the 7th, too. There's another curve outside, just off the corner, a tick. Ball 2, strike 2. Dodgers need to start. They're trailing 2-1. This is the first game of a doubleheader. Queen pumping, comes down, a fastball inside, and Reese had to jump away from it. Ball 3. So the little colonel up there with a full count. The Dodgers leadoff man and captain. Queen looking around to size up his defense. Westlake is back right up against that scoreboard out and right. Reese cuts on this one, grounds it down to third. Fernandez is up with it. There's his throw to Coogan in time, and Reese is out. 5-3 of your scoring. Preston Ward, former Dodger, just hit a home run for the Cubs in the 8th inning with nobody on. Here's Gene Hermansky, batting at .425. Singled and hit into a force play. Queen rocking on the mound, comes in with a curve, swung on, and pulled into right field for a base hit for Hermansky's second safe knock this afternoon. Dean beat that one on the ground past Murtaugh, gave it a chase. No, that is hit number 6 off Mel Queen. Duke Snider is up. Young Californian hitting at .315 with 28 base hits. 1 out. Pirates leading the Dodgers 2-1. Hermansky at first base, 1 away. The pitch to Duke, fastball outside for ball 1. Robinson moving out on deck. Queen taking his time, pitching to a dangerous hitter, young Duke. Snyder swings, foul, tips it right into Mueller's mitt, and it's 1-1. Ball 1, strike 1. Snyder has 3 home runs, batted in 12 runs so far. He's the Dodgers center fielder, and a good one. Fastball is up high for ball 2. Ball 2, strike 1. Queen has always featured fast pitching. Always had a good high, hard one. Been throwing some pretty good curves today, too. Now the 2-1 pitch to Snyder, swung on and lifted high out into left center field. Over for it comes Kiner. Ralph is under it, waiting now, and takes it for the out. That ball hit way up there. 2 out, last of the 5th. And Robinson, who had a chance in the 3rd inning to open it up a little bit. A couple of men on, both in scoring position. Grounded to the 3rd baseman. Jack singled his first time. He's batting at .341, the National League defending batting king. Hermansky ready to scramble on anything now. 2 out on at first base. Queen ready to pitch to Robinson. And there goes Hermansky. The pitch taken at the plate for a strike. The throw to second base in time for the out. And even though Gene had a big jump, the throw down to second base got him to Danny Murtaugh. So that ends it. So the score at the end of 5 complete, it is Pittsburgh 2 and the Dodgers 1. And now once again, here's Red.
All of you friends listening in, you ever hear of Black River Falls, Wisconsin, or Ash Flat, Arkansas, or Stony Creek Mills, Pennsylvania? Well, let me tell you that those are just a few of the hometowns represented on this Brooklyn Ball Club. Now, I mention them just to show you that you never know where next year's Major League stars are going to turn up from. And that's why we're especially anxious for all you folks listening in to our cross-country network today to get on out and watch your local club in action. See what kind of a scout you'd make. And see whether you can judge Major League prospects when you see them. Yes, sir, fans, right in your own backyard, you might find the Preacher Row or the Carl Ferrello of tomorrow. Ash Flat, Arkansas, that's the preacher's birthplace. And Stony Creek Mills lists Ferrello as a local boy who made good. So take a tip from the old redhead and have yourself a lot of fun watching organized baseball and the big league heroes of tomorrow right in your own hometown. moving in the 6th inning. Here's a guy who made the grade, and he came from Toledo. Connie Desmond.
Well, Wally Westlake going to lead it off again. He was up there in the 4th inning to lead off. He's over 2. Looked at call strike 3 in the 2nd and then popped up to Robinson his last time. Westlake batting at .274. Outfield is straight away. Bankhead down with his first pitch, a fastball under the knees for ball 1. So the Pirates and the Dodgers rolling around in a squeaker ball game here. 1-run difference. Bankhead in with a curveball. It is over for a call strike. Dan has an assortment of deliveries. His fastball is usually shot in there overhand. His curveball in almost a 3/4 delivery. Then he'll change up on you. Throw an overhand curveball. There's one. It is hit slowly down to third. Cox is up with it to throw to Westlake or to Hodges in time to get Westlake for the out. Cox has a habit of holding that ball on slow hit ground balls and almost aggravating length, and then cut loose with that great arm of his to get the runner. He makes him run. Coogan, who struck out swinging and singled, is up there now. Young fellow, just 19, batting at .174. Pitch swung on and missed, one after a high fastball. Johnny Hopp pulled a muscle in his leg sliding just the other day, and he's sitting this one out. He may play the second game, or he could be used as a pinch hitter. Took hitting practice today. Curve inside, ball 1. 1 out, top half of the 6th inning. Pirates leading 2-1. Ray Mueller with 2 out and Murtaugh at second base in the 2nd inning hit a home run in the left field seats for the Pirates, 2 runs. Fastball high outside. The Dodgers got a run as they cashed in a walk. Campanella walked. So did Reese, and then a single. Got the run home. Ball 2, strike 1. Bankhead rocks, comes down with a pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1 out here, top half of the 6th, in case you just joined us. Big bad Buccaneers from Pittsburgh, leading 2-1. Dale Coogan up there with a count, ball 2, strike 2. Campanella stays low back of the plate. Now the pitch swung on and fouled back out of play behind home plate. A little breeze picking up now, blowing in from center field. This is the first game of a doubleheader. So we may have the lights on before this afternoon or evening is all over. Bankhead ready to pitch 2-2 again to this young rookie, Coogan. Here she comes. Curveball. It is up too high. Ball 3. So he's run it all the way out now. Top half of the 6th inning. Outfield is playing around into right field. Everybody pretty much fanned out, protecting all areas. Well, let's see what Dan will do here. Comes down in there, 3-2, way outside for ball 4. So on to first base now goes young Coogan. Second walk given up by Bankhead. And here's Donnie Murtaugh with a perfect afternoon. A double. He scored in front of Mueller when Ray kissed one back into the stands for a home run. And then walked his last time up. Murtaugh, a good hitter, batting at .292. He was plagued with arthritis last year. He had a tough time after his fine year the year before. He and Rojek had 2 years right together. Now the pitch coming down, a fastball that is low for ball 1. And ever since Rojek was hit in the ear by Ken Johnson, then with the St. Louis Cardinals, Stan's hitting has fallen off, a little gun shy. Murtaugh is off to a nice start here this year. 26 hits, at the throw to first, Coogan back with a step. Top of the 6th. Pirates leading by 1, 2-1. Coogan jumps down off first base. Bankhead comes in with his pitch swung on as Coogan was going, and it's a long foul back in the upper deck in left field. So So they decided to play a little hit and run. Coogan was sent. Murtaugh swung and fouled it away. Ball one, strike one. Danny goes back to the rosin sack. They're hanging around home plate. And strides back in there again. New ball put in play by way of Hodges again at first base. Cubs leading the Phillies 6-2. Philadelphia at bat in the last half of the eighth inning. Bankhead working on Murtaugh here. Now the 1-1 pitch coming in, a curve that misses the outside edge, and it is ball two. Ball two, strike one. Daniel made one bad pitch so far, and that was a home run ball he served up to Ray Mueller, who's waiting on deck. Coogan jumping down off first base. And he draws another throw. Gets back. Bill Posdell, he's got the hook on him over there at first base. Infield in double play position with one out. Runner on at first. And Coogan goes again. The pitch swung on and hit safely out into right field. Coogan is around second and goes legging it into third standing on a single by Murtaugh. So Danny punched one out through there. Hit and run single to right. That's his second hit. Coogan moving around to the far turn and brings up Ray Mueller. Mueller batting at 154. Home run with Murtaugh on. His last time he flied to left fielder Hermansky. Top of the sixth. Bankhead talking to Reese for the moment. And Herb Palika is up throwing again for the Dodgers down in their bullpen. So Mueller steps in. Pirates threatening here with one out, top half of the sixth. They lead 2-1 over the Dodgers. First of a doubleheader. Bankhead to his stretch now. Holds it and pitches in. Just off the corner. Ball one. You be careful here with this Mueller up. Reese hollering into the mound. Ball one. Johnny Murtaugh at first base. Dale Coogan leading down off third base at foul ground. The outfield is straight away on this hitter and deep. Curveball gets there this time, right on the edge. Ball one, strike one. Snyder in center field is playing almost on a line back at second base. Furillo is over towards right center. And Hermansky is straight away left and deep. Mueller hit one right over Gene's head and back in the stands, first time up. Pitch swung on, bounce to the mound. Bankhead turns, throws to second for one. The throw to first, they get two. 1-4 to 3. We're putting them down, and the Dodgers come up with their 34th DP, and Bankhead gets out of that. No runs, one hit. Pirates have at least one hit in every inning off Bankhead. And now, Red.
Yeah.
What words have you got to brighten our afternoon here?
Well, CJ, I got some words on how to brighten tomorrow morning. Say along about breakfast time. Will they do?
No, that's for me.
Well, the words are these, friends. You can't do better than to start your day with a sunny, flavored bowl full of Post Toasties, because Post Toasties are the better cornflakes. You know, there's a world of difference in cornflakes, and it's the Post Toasting that makes the difference. Just try them yourself and see if they aren't the best cornflakes that you ever sat down to. Extra good, extra tasty, extra fresh. Yes, indeed. It pays to remember this. When you go to the grocer's, don't say cornflakes. Say Post Toasties, the better cornflakes. Got a few seconds for the last of the sixth inning. Let's pause for station identification. All right, here at Ebbets Field, Jackie Robinson stepping in to be the first hitter, last of the sixth inning. And here's Connie Desmond.
Hello, Red. Robinson, 1 for 2 this afternoon, single his first time up. Came up with 2 men in scoring position. his last time and grounded out to third. He was at the plate in the fifth inning when Hermansky was out stealing. Robinson batting at .341, takes a fastball over for a strike. Well, I bet you're awfully glad you came along, huh? This nice ball game. Hurling duel between Mel Queen of Pittsburgh and Dan Bankhead of the Dodgers. Fastball nubbed off at the end of the bat. Foul back, strike two. Horace Main is up throwing again down in the bullpen for the Pirates. The last of the sixth. Pirates 2 and the Dodgers 1. Robinson, Furillo, and Hodges will be coming up in that order. There's a sidearm pitch, fastball inside for ball one. Ball one, strike two. Now a left-hander gets up and starts to throw down there for the Pirates. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Jack, swung on, and a high fly ball sailing out along the left field line. Kiner is in under it, and Ralph takes it for the out. For Robinson, a fly ball to left for the first out in the last of the sixth. Carl Furillo, who singled his last time right up the middle. First time, bounced out to shortstop Castellone. Furillo batting at .272, one out, nobody on. Fernandez was over the mound and now runs back to third. Now Queen breezing along here. Bill Whirl is throwing back of him now down in the bullpen, left-hander. First pitch to Carl, inside for ball one. Gil Hodges moving out on deck. Outfield, deep and around towards left field, about 2 steps. Carl hits a lot to right. Queen's overhand curve is outside for ball two. A little breeze stirring, but not very much. Queen behind here now, ball two. Melvin throws again, swung on, and there's a high foul that is hit up off first base. Coogan dancing in under it and takes it for the out. He's really jumping around under that one. Well, he took it over near the railing of the box seats. 2 up, 2 down in the last of the sixth, and here is Big Gil to call strike three his first time and hit a fly ball to left the second time up. Hodges batting at .290, 27 hits. Outfield now shifts a bit around towards the left field line as this big right-hand pull hitter comes up, Gil Hodges. Queen's first pitch to him, swung on and lifted up over near the Pirate dugout. Here's Mueller coming over, but he can't get it. The ball just does get over the roof of the dugout and back into the stands. Of course, all of Mueller's mates, too, are up to catch him in case he is going to come on in if he had a chance for it. Del Rice the other day during the Cardinal series, he started over after a ball and saw that he couldn't get it. It was back in the stands, and he was coming so fast that he just went into a slide. Break his speed. The roof is concrete. Pitch is low in the dirt for ball one. Ball one, strike one. 2 out, nobody on. Pittsburgh 2, the Dodgers 1. Last half of the sixth inning, post serial, sending it all your way. There's another curve. That one bends right in for a call strike. 1-2. Hodges has 4 home runs. He's knocked in 14 of the Dodger tallies this year, and he's batting at .290. Ball one, strike two. Pitch swung on and grounded down to short. Nice pickup by Castellone. His quick throw to Coogan is in time to retire Hodges and the Dodgers. So that ends the sixth frame. 3 up and 3 down. The last half of the sixth. And before we switch you over to Red Barber once again, friends, supposing we take a good look at our post-serial scoreboard to bring you right up to date. Chicago and Philadelphia, at the end of 8 innings, it is the Cubs 6 and Philadelphia 2. Bob Rush is going after his 5th game without a setback. Kurt Simmons started for Philadelphia with a 4-1 record, and Constanti took over in the 7th, and then Miller in the 9th. Preston Ward, it is 4th home run for Chicago in the 8th inning with nobody on. The Giants lead Cincinnati 6-0 at the end of 7 1/2 in the first of a doubleheader. Maria Kennedy started. Coslow came on in the first inning, and Blackwell was the starter for Cincinnati. Ed Earl in the 8th. That's the first of a pair. At the end of 6, Boston and Warren Spahn 3, St. Louis and Harry Burkeen 1. In the American League, the Yankees lead Chicago 2-0 at the end of 5.5 innings with Sanford against Mickey Hefner there. The Cleveland Indians have 5 to the Boston Red Sox 3 at the end of 5 innings. Bob Lemon against Stobbs. Bertie Tebbetts hit his 3rd home run in the 2nd with nobody on. Joe Gordon hit his 3rd in the 4th with nobody on, and Luke Easter his 3rd in the 5th with 1 on. Philadelphia is at Detroit. They'll start later. Washington starting weak, and for St. Louis is Ned Garver. That's it, Red.
All right, Connie. We're moving to the 7th inning. Pittsburgh 2 and Brooklyn 1, and Mel Queen, the Pirate pitcher who has pitched very steadily, is the first hitter. Dan Bankhead delivers a curveball good for a called strike. Rather significant move now becomes apparent by the Dodgers. Jack Banta, the boss of the bullpen, is up and beginning to throw. Down the right field corner. Fastball fouled off by Queen, strike 2. The game is as close as your next breath. The manager Schotten, now as we come into the last third, the late stages, now has his top bullpen hand warming up. Jack Banta, B-A-N-T-A. 2-1, favor the Pirates. It's a tough one. First of 2 games. Bankhead throws a curve too high, ball 1. Post Cereals very happy. Wherever you are, all over the United States, all over the world, thanks to Armed Forces being with us, Post Cereals sending it to you. Everybody wants to know about the Dodgers. Hatfield back into right. Queen 0 for 2 today, and 0 for 8 for the year as a batter. Struck out. Foul tip held by Campanella, and that's the 4th strikeout for Daniel. 1 up and 1 away. Connie pointed out to you last inning that the Pirates continued to peck away with hits every inning, but the only time they scored was in the 2nd inning, when Murtaugh doubled inside 3rd, and Mueller caught an inside curveball and drilled it for a home run. Otherwise, right-handers turn their back. Top of the order, Castellone up. Swings, fouls the pitch off, back on the screen, out of play. Strike 1. Castellone has a double and a single out of 3 at-bats, 8 for 40 for the year. Outfield step toward left. Sun out brightly. Folks are continuing to come into the ballpark. They'll see the finish of this and all of game 2. Throw, curve, swung on, and popped up. Second baseman Robinson running under it. Oh, Reese, the shortstop, coming over, and it's Pee-wee making the catch well on the second base side between second and first, but he had a better angle than Jack, meaning that he didn't have the sun in his eyes. 2 up, 2 gone, top of the 7th. In addition to Banta working in the Brooklyn bullpen, Palika is up and throwing. So 2 strong-arm right-handers are going. No action right now for the Pirates. Center fielder Tommy Saffold, left-hand hitter, 0 for 3 today. For the year, hitting at 170. Bankhead's pitch, fastball high outside, ball 1. Bankhead is slated to hit 3rd in the last of the 7th inning. But maybe that's another reason why they've got the bullpen going for Brooklyn. Foul tip. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had a very nice crowd on hand. Lots of room in the park and people still coming in. Lots of baseball left. A throw, curve, beaten down on the plate and back foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two out. Bankhead in no great hurry. Takes the side from Campanella. Outfield into right on Saffold. They play him to pull. Right-hander pumps, twists, throws. Fastball lined over short, out into left field. She's in there for a base hit. Saffold coming up with his first hit on 4 at-bats, and the Pirates continue to hit in every inning against Bankhead. 8 hits, and they scattered over 7 innings. Ralph Kiner, who in his last 8 at-bats against the Dodgers has 6 hits. Brooklyn pitching had Kiner crazy until he broke loose recently. He didn't get a hit in 33 consecutive at-bats against the Dodgers. That went from last year to this year. But then he caught up, and he's had 6 hits in his last 8 at-bats, and 3 of them have been for the works, and 1 including a grand slam home run. Kiner has 2 for 3 this afternoon. Swings on a fastball and fouls it off. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ralph hitting at 253. The president of the Cincinnati Ball Club, Warren Giles, is here today, although his team is across the river at the Polo Grounds. He's sitting with President Branch Rickey, and so if you want to suspect that maybe they're talking over some business, I expect you might be right. Hatfield around toward left on Kiner. Takes a curve low outside for ball one. The overshift is on. Three infielders between second and third, leaving the first baseman only on the right side, and as he's holding the bag against the runner at first, that means there is nobody between first and second base. Hatfield drastically overshifted toward left. Kiner, tall right-hand hitter, swings and grounds the ball wide of third. Cox knocks the ball down, picks it up to throw over to first base in time, and Kiner is out. It's quite a play. Cox beating the ball down deep, recovering, throwing over to first. No runs, one hit for the Pirates in the top of the seventh inning, and it remains 2-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. Well, Brother Desmond, it's post-puzzler time. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Who pitched Brooklyn's last no-hit game?
Oh, that was easy, Red. Rex Barney against the Giants, September 9th, 1948.
T-Rex, Connie. And I was talking to Rex a while back. You know what I find out?
No, what is that, Red?
Well, sir, found out that Rex Barney is another Dodger who thinks that Post Sugar Crisp is the best new cereal in many a long day. Red, he said, that Sugar Crisp is mighty good. Seems like you just can't stop eating it. And you know something, folks? Brother Barney's right. Yes, sir? If you want something new, something different, and something that's fun to eat, get yourself a bag full of Post Sugar Crisp. That's the new puffed wheat cereal that's got a honey-flavored coating toasted right on. Perfect for breakfast or for between-meal snacks anytime. And you can eat it right out of the bag. Yes, sir. As a cereal, it's dandy. For snacks, it's handy, or eat it like candy. Post Sugar Crisp in the cellophane bag with the three bears on the outside. Billy Cox, first up, last of the seventh. Takes a curve, good for a call strike. Mel Queen, who's had the manacles on the Dodgers, is going to work. Left-hander Bill Worrell, who has been a successful pitcher against Brooklyn, is warming up for Pittsburgh. Fastball outside to Cox. Billy 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. Cox hitting at 280. Batter and Palika continue working in the Brooklyn bullpen. Curve is good for a call, second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pittsburgh 2, Brooklyn 1. Ball game getting tougher every step of the way. Throw. Curve hit slowly down toward third. Here's the third baseman, Fernandez, up. Throws to first base. In time. That was another bang-bang one. Been a lot of closeness down at first. Cox is out. Third to first. 1 up, 1 away. And Roy Campanella steps in. Whether or not manager Shotton is going to pinch hit or not remains to be seen. A lot of it depends on Campanella. Curve low outside. Ball 1. Shotton has not tipped his hand at all. He doesn't want Pittsburgh to know what he's got. Just how he's scumming a scheme. Reese, the leadoff man, is out on deck. Call strike, quick curve on the outside. The Cubs knock off the Phillies 7-2, and Bob Rush wins his 5th game without a setback. One pitch, swung on, a bounding ball down to deep third. Fernandez, a nice stop. The throw to first is there in plenty of time, and Campanella is out. So let's see, is it Bankhead or is it the hitter? It's going to be Jim Russell to pinch hit. With 2 men down, and the Dodgers are run behind, trailing in a tough ball game, 2-1. Shotton is sending up a pinch hitter. Jim Russell, who's a switch hitter, and will come up there hitting left-handed against right-hander Mel Queen. Russell, 12 for 46, hitting at 261. So Bankhead is yet to pitch his first complete game in the major leagues. In fact, he banged into the double play, you'll recall, in the 4th inning. If he had been able to get a run in then, he'd still be the pitcher. The manager has little choice when you get this late in the game and you run behind. You got to go after it.
Off Brooklyn, number 37, Jimmy Russell, batting from
Russell hitting for the pitcher. And we'll have a new hurler, either Batter or Palika in the 8th inning. Queen pitches to Russell, who's hitting left-handed, switch hitter, over for a call strike, just above the knees. 2-1 Pittsburgh. Right-hander pitches a slow ball, low inside for ball 1. Queen, easy working right-handed, delivers a slow curve high inside. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. The Dodgers are right now in first place by a couple of percentage points, but they'll have to win this ball game to stay there. The Phillies have just been beaten 7-2 by the Chicago Cubs. Rush has won his 5th game without a setback. Big Bob Rush seems to be coming into his own. Hatfield around toward right on Russell. Swings and grounds the ball down toward second. Murtaugh up with it, throws to first, and Russell is out. The Dodgers go down 1-2-3 in the last half of the 7th. And Hooters manage a shot and walk. Palika or Batter?